Oh my, it's always a surprise. Cosmic world. We are living it here on the earth, right?
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Hey, everybody. I'm Sandy Rueve with Intention Beads. And this is
the premiere. Chatting with the stars on YouTube. Yay!
Yeah, this is Susan Gidel with Susan Gidel Financial Astrology. And we've been together for a Jupiter cycle plus, which is 12 years plus. And this is our premiere of introducing ourselves here on YouTube. Welcome. I know we've got a boatload of subscribers already. I'm one of them. And this is a new zodiacal year. You know, we had the Aries ingress. It is the beginning of the astrological new year, which was March 20th. And we decided to use that as it's also that's past. We're introducing April's forecast for 2026. But the International Astrology Day is always the very first day of the zodiac year. It's always when the sun moves into Aries. And so we wanted to make a change. We wanted to start something new, right?
Always good to do with the sun at 0 Aries.
It's a brand new beginning. It's a seed. It's a new birth. And so we chose this day to introduce ourselves here on YouTube, although we're not new.
No.
We're not old either, are we? Well, maybe.
No, not at all.
So Susan Gidel and I both live in Chicago, and we had the same astrologer. We would go to Cosmic Trends with our astrologer, who Barbara Shermer left the planet. And Susan came to me one day and said, let's continue what Barbara started. And so we've been doing this for years, and we really started with having like the sandwich board outside of my studio, and had, readings, scheduled readings, kind of like they like back in the old days, right? Like come in for your astrology reading.
Yeah. Pre-Zoom, anything like this.
And then the internet got savvy, and so did we. And we started doing in-person videos, right? We'd have groups of people here at my studio, and you and I would be on, and we would be talking about the upcoming astrology for the month that we're moving into. And then we went and we stopped that. And then so we've done many iterations.
Because COVID happened. And
that's right, that thing.
Yeah. We haven't been together to do these since COVID.
No, and it works for our schedule. It works for us. It works for you. But what we haven't changed is the cheat sheet.
Yeah.
The Chatting with the Stars cheat sheet. This depends on how many aspects are going on for the month, but this is an 8-page. This has got a little bit going on this month.
Yeah, there's a lot happening in April.
So we put this together for you, which, you can go to this, download the cheat sheet. It's $5. It keeps us moving forward and keeping this active. But there's every day that there is something going on. Now, not every day of the month, but sometimes there's 2 or 3 things going on astrologically when there is a transit. Transit is either a conjunction, a sextile, a square, a trine, or an opposition. And so we talk about those. And there's always what Sandy says and what Susan says. But what we do in our live here, our recording, or us showing up, is that like live talk? So if you have this in hand, then you can write some extra things that we'll talk about in our, about an hour period of things that we discuss. So we are happy to be here and on YouTube and having this be a complimentary offering from Susan Gidel and Sandy Rueve.
Yeah. So enjoy and come visit. And, you'll be able to easily go back and see to any other month that you want to take a peek at. And hey, what did they say about blank?
Well, yeah, like what did we say about blank? Like the Mars square Uranus that we had February 27th?
Yeah.
And what did we say about the second, the lunar eclipse that we had on March 3rd? Yeah. Mm-hmm. We said some big things there, and sure enough, big things happened here on the Earth.
Yeah.
Right. And so the sky is a reflection of what is occurring down here on the Earth plane. And so we are both practicing astrologers. I am a talisman maker. I do retreats. My next retreat is Egypt in September 13th to the 26th of this year. I still have a few spots available. If you're interested, hop onto that code and set up a call with me, complimentary call to see what it's about, and go to the page to see what it's about. So any intro, or should we pop?
Well, no, I mean, just to say hi, welcome. And if you've never joined us before with Chatting with the Stars, this is just, to get you set up for the month ahead. Understand the energy that's coming everyone's way based on the transits in the sky. And so we just have some ideas about how you can best use that energy to your own highest good. And so remember to subscribe, and then you'll be able to get all of this information whenever you click Chatting with the Stars on YouTube.
Yeah, it was funny because when I was subscribing myself and I went up to YouTube and wrote, Chatting with the Stars, and it said, "Do you mean Talking with the Stars?" And so I was like, no, but okay. And I clicked, and there's all these conversations with celebrities.
Oh. Yeah.
And I'm like, no, we're not talking with them. Yeah. Not that we don't care about them. We really want to just chat with the stars that are even higher up in the sky. More important, that never die, that never change their attitude. Right.
Yeah. I remember when I was first learning astrology, and they were teaching about the fixed stars. And I'm like, okay, well, why do you call them fixed? Are there ones that move? And the answer was no. And I don't know why they call them fixed stars. I guess because they don't move. So that's what I've come down to. I call them fixed stars now.
And really, in reality, the Egyptians, because, I go there, I've been going there quite a bit recently. The Egyptian astrologers or astronomers, let's talk real astronomers, that would be up at night. We go up to those temples. They called the fixed stars those that didn't move. They called the stars that moved the planets. And those are the wandering stars, or the planets that were moving when things were fixed, right? Mm-hmm. When the constellations like Sirius never move. And now we know that there's the precession, which is 1 degree in 72 years, which is like a lifetime, basically. So hardly at all.
Fixed stars then has come down through thousands of years.
True that. So let's go. We're going to start with April. But I do want to introduce the very last day of March, because this is important, because on March 30th, Venus, the planet, the Venusian planet Aphrodite, with my long ponytail fake hair, is moving into Taurus. And she's grounded in Taurus. She rules Taurus. She's in her domicile in Taurus. And so she's here until April 25th. So I like this time period For me, actually, I have Venus in Taurus that I'm going to be getting a Venus return. We always look at the sun return, right? Your birthday, but we never really look at, rarely individuals look at, Venus return, Mercury return, the other planets will return to themselves in your lifetime. So solid, secure, and loyal.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Very nice.
Yeah, very grounded. So let's start with April 1st. It's a Wednesday, and boom, full moon. What do you got for this, Susan? Full moon.
Justice comes to light. I always think of full moons as the sign of the moon, indicating what news comes to fruition, what we start hearing about. And so the moon is in Libra, and so justice in Libra. And actually, in my notes, it says the Supreme Court is going to hear arguments on ending birthright citizenship that day.
Interesting.
So pay attention to the news. There will be no doubt a big focus on that, given it's the full moon in Libra.
Yeah, it's a full moon in Libra. That means that the sun is in Aries, and the sun in Aries is exalted. So it's very, very strong. And if we're looking at a mundane kind of world, which we kind of need to, at least this now with, because we got the world involved in looking at everything. These are the leaders, right? The sun in Aries is opposing the moon, the common people, the people that are the citizens, right?
Yeah.
Are the people, and it's in Libra. It's 12 degrees of Libra. So if you have something in your natal chart at 12 degrees of Libra, this is important for you to pay attention. This is a fully lit up emotional connection. This happens at 9:12 p.m. This is Central Time, and so I think this is grounding peace. I think there's a earth centered, because we think about sun being very strong in Aries, opposing moon in Libra. What rules Libra? Venus. Venus is in Taurus. That's why I wanted to inch that in, because Venus is very well settled, very well placed, very loyal and strong and worthy of having some sort of equalization of equality. So I'm just question mark peace. I still have my fingers crossed on that, though. Yeah. And then we move to Friday, which is my favorite day. And we have that all listed. When's my favorite day, Susan's favorite day. I always have a conflict day, and I always have an astro interesting day, which is kind of an unusual set of circumstances in the sky. But let's go to Friday the 3rd, my favorite day, which is this Mercury is making a trine to Jupiter. Now, this is the 3rd and final pass. Remember, Mercury's been retrograde. And I want to pause here for a second, because we did forget to say all planets are direct.
Oh, yes, all month.
Seriously, let's pause for that for a minute, even though we're not pausing anymore, because there's no retrogrades, there's no stations, there's no stationing to direct.
Yeah.
All planets are moving forward. There's always a small little window of period in a year that there are no planets retrograde. And we are now from March 20th to May 5th. So the entire April is moving ahead, chunk, moving ahead. But because this is my favorite day, the Mercury trine Jupiter is about all commerce, and it's with reception. So it's all commerce, it's flowing again. Again, I see my fingers crossed. Details make a big production. So it does look like, we've been hearing about a 15-point, agreement. It just sounds like this may have a, this April 3rd may have some good data for us.
Well, that would be nice. But I see that time as Mercury messaging, communications, trining Jupiter. So sending messages to a big audience. So even though, and it depends on the business you're in or whatever you're doing, but do remember that it's Good Friday. I work in the financial services business. All the markets are closed on Good Friday. Nobody works. So, if you're in that field, no. But maybe others are more appropriate to send out a big message on Good Friday. And then at the same time, Venus is squaring Pluto that day, which once again, with the markets closed on Good Friday, there could be some negative news over that long holiday weekend from a financial perspective because of the square between Venus and Pluto. They're together. They're always it always brings to mind big money, and in a square there could be tension about that when on a day the markets are closed.
Yeah, we've been watching some volatile movement, right? And for me, I use Venus. You're the financial astrologer. Not that I'm the relationship astrologer, but I use that as beauty, relationships, friendships, pleasantries. And this is just need. Are you needy, or are you needy to obsessive? Because it's like, just calm down on this day. Like you said, it's a Friday. People take the day off. They might walk steps. There is some sort of ritual, possibly. Check that you have all you need, because that's the key word, need, right? It's not want. Need is spelled, NEED. This is want is WANT. And it's, you do it. You have everything you need. We always do. Right? It's the want. So Pluto might want that fingers in. I want more. This isn't enough.
Yeah.
But you have it. Calm down. Calm down. Sunday, the 5th, is Easter. We have the sun, very strong sun. Again, sun in Aries, exalted. And actually, anybody that's here that wants to learn astrology, we do, offer these kinds of, by repeating exaltations or domiciles or falls when we have a planet there. You'll learn this way. So the sun in Aries is making a square to Jupiter exalted in Cancer. And so these are very strong placements. Get out to explore, go far, go big, but be careful of going too far, because you got to get back to the main point. You don't want to overpromise or over project.
Yeah. And similar comment from me is about being generous, be Jupiter-like, but don't go overboard because of the square. So when the plate passes on Easter Sunday church, be generous.
Yeah. Don't take, tithe. Wednesday the 8th, we have Mars. Mars is still in Pisces, not real strong there. Unless you have a night chart, but it's sextile to Uranus in Taurus. And this is it. This is at 29 degrees. Uranus is almost done with Taurus for 7 years. And so this to me is a forced change. This is a focused individuality. This is new situations rise for action steps. But there's action steps to end something because it's at 29. So it's a how do you begin, but you got to end.
And I like to use the Pisces energy from Mars to be unpredictable, the Mars Uranus type connection that is just inherent in whenever they get together. But with Mars and Pisces, to do that in a good way, to do that in a pleasant, kind way.
Very compassionate, very empathetic. Yeah, sweet. Yeah. Mars, sweet. Maybe sweet and sour. Maybe hot and spicy. Hot and
until Thursday when it moves into Aries.
Just the next day, Thursday the 9th, is Mars moving into Aries by 2:30 in the afternoon. This is actionable steps. Take aim, throw that dart. You're getting closer to your mark every moment. But practice for the next 6 weeks, because that's how long Mars will be in Aries. Very high energy. What are you going to do? I'm going to move states.
Yeah. And likewise, Mars moving into its ruling sign of Aries is in a month where all the planets are moving forward. To have Mars move into its let's go sign says, really, go.
Yeah, and if we looked at a chart, there's so many planets in Aries. You know, there's just if there's anybody being born right now, we'll have this massive stellium in Aries, right? Because we know that Saturn and Neptune are here for some time, right? In Aries. All right, let's go to Monday the 13th. We have two things going on here. The first one is Mars, boom, conjoins Neptune at 2 degrees of Aries. So this is expressive emotion. Pressing issues need attention. Even if you don't know how to complete them, consider them before you act them out, because the Neptune might be, which direction should I go? But things need attention, right? Because it's Aries.
Right.
There's an urgency to complete something. What do you got?
I'm quoting the Wizard of Oz, I think, when I say, be a good deed doer with Mars conjunct Neptune. You know, tap into the compassionate humanitarian side of Neptune and do something good.
My memory of the Wizard of Oz is like, don't look behind the screen. That is not a man back there.
I think this one is from when the Tin Man is getting his heart or something. Good deed doers.
Yeah. Okay. I liked it when the lion got his courage. Yeah. I'm a Leo rising. Can you tell? Also, same day, we've got the two benefics, Venus in very strong and in domicile in Taurus, making a sextile, an opportunistic approach to Jupiter in Cancer that is exalted. It's really nice. It's very well placed. The two benefics are humming along a beautiful tune. Can you hear their good news?
And I think it's a great day to check out investments in international companies or in international markets of any kind, because both of the benefics are in really strong places. Venus in its ruling sign and Jupiter exalted. You know, and Jupiter exalted only happens once every 12 years.
Yeah, for a year. And it's coming to it's got a couple more months there, and it's coming to a close and going into the next sign, which would be Leo. So I'll be excited about that part. But let's keep moving. That's not yet. Let's keep moving to Tuesday, the 14th. This is a Mercury still in Pisces. Believe it or not, he's been in Pisces. I have a Mercury in Pisces, so there's a lot because he's retrograded in Pisces, that he's here for the longest time. So Mercury in Pisces is making a sextile to that Uranus. Again, this is at 29 degrees. This is sitting on my sun. So this is an inventive and creative. You're tying up loose ends to send a project out into the world. It's like crossing a line, but you got to cross some T's and dot some I's before you cross the line. I had written back in December, when I write all my year ahead, because I thought, oh my gosh, this might be my travel day, right? With Mercury conjunct my natal sun, but it's actually the day that my furniture moves into my new home.
Oh, cool.
Crazy. Yeah. Anyway, what do you got for here?
Just to be on the lookout for real out-of-the-box ideas. Mercury ideas, Uranus weird. And you got to look for them, the sextile opportunities.
Yeah. Same day, Mercury, because remember, he's at 29 and Mercury's now picking up speed. He's the traveler. He moves, boom, into Aries by 10:30 p.m. Think and speak quickly. I don't know if you're going to get much sleep, Sandy, or anyone here. Sudden shifts and changing viewpoints, moving those ideas forward. You know, it's kind of like time to stop being like dreaming, you know, Mercury in Pisces. I don't really know. I can't form words. I got to think about things. And all of a sudden, hey, right? And speaking very clear and maybe changing viewpoints of something that you have either been considering and you know the direction you're going to take, now's the time to go.
Mm-hmm. And my comment about Mercury moving into Aries is that it's time for a team pep talk. So you're not going to do that at 10:20 in the evening, but with Mercury moving into Aries, okay, put it on the calendar for Thursday the 16th.
True, because it's about, if you're Mercury is also the listener, right? Listener is the communicator, and so you can also think things, you can perceive quicker. So like you're going to get to the point quick, right? I'm still going to go around the bush. I'm still Mercury in Pisces, so I'm still going to talk about here and then hit the center later. I don't want to lose your attention. I always have to say to people now, you want the really cool story, or you want me to go right to the bottom line? And then they'll say bottom line. I'm like, well, I got to tell you the cool story. So they don't really even have a choice.
She's not lying about this.
That's why you and I have a date on Saturday for me to tell you the long story. Anyway, here we've got, this is Thursday the 16th. Yeah. Mars, very strong Aries Mars, is making a sextile to Pluto. And I know what you call these, and I'm sure you're going to tell me that when you get here. But this is physical energy abounds. It's deeply commit to a life-changing project. And what? Make it you. Make a life-changing commitment that you're excited to start. Start it now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And similar vein, my take on it was to work toward important transformative goals. Same deal. It's great energy to really make deep change that lasts a long time.
Right. And because, Saturn's going, or excuse me, Mars is going to come back here, and it'll sextile again 2 years from now from this high energy of Aries. And, you could be doing a 2-year mark, right? Mm-hmm. Like something that might take 2 years, because Pluto is slow and evolutionary, but Mars in Aries is quick, right? So same day, now Mercury is, in Aries, and now butts up with Neptune. They're at 2 degrees of Aries. This is a vivid imagination. This is great for writers. This is great for meditators. There's something about activating a vision that you have in your mind.
And I say to pipe up about it. Say it out loud, what your vision for the world is. Tell as many people as you can. Don't just think about it. Say it. Put the energy out into the world.
Which reminds me of the Wizard of Oz, right? The big thing that's talking, this is kind of like that seeing behind the veil, what is really going on that you can discuss, that you can talk about. Friday the 17th, we have a new moon. This is at 27 degrees of Aries. This is at 6:52 a.m. in Central Time. And really interesting, because when we think of Aries, quick, fast, initiatory, actionable movement, Mars, the ruler of Aries, is conjoined Saturn in Aries. So it's kind of like, hurry up, stop, wait, hold please, like it's like slow start. Yeah. And then it says, hurry up. No, don't. So it's kind of a very, like you said, brake accelerator. Yeah.
Exactly. And for me, once again, new moons to me are about setting an intention based on the sign of the moon. And so in Aries, intend to make progress and set goals.
Mm-hmm. And then we go to Saturday the 18th. We've got Mercury still in Aries, is making that sextile to Pluto in Aquarius. So, slow down to get it right the first time. Mm-hmm. Pluto wants it to be done right and with purpose and intensity. And Mercury in Aries just wants to get it over with. So slow down to get it right.
Yeah. And I want Mercury to tap into Pluto to try and discover the truth, because Pluto is about secrets. And so you could have the chance with the sextile to uncover or speak truth.
Good. True. Sunday the 19th, we have now that Mars making that conjunction to Saturn. These are the two malefics. This is at 7 Aries. It's in the evening. Again, do it right the first time. Mars is stronger here, right? Usually Saturn is the right. Mm-hmm. He's the delayer, the grim reaper. He's the limiter. He is the, stop sign. And Mars is the push sign. And it's kind of red and green. Go, stop, activate the hard work of an authority figure. Be your own authority figure here.
Mm-hmm. And to work hard, not angry. This is a lot of energy. Mars conjunct Saturn can say, okay, I've got a lot of energy to do a long-term effort that takes patience, that takes perseverance. Okay, we'll do that, but do it in an accomplishing way, not a way, just because it's Aries.
Yeah, it's a lot of strength. It's a lot of muscle. It's like muscle work. Mm-hmm. It's like, for me, moving boxes or something, right? Like something heavy that has to get done to straighten something out. I'll be probably getting settled here. So it'll give me great energy.
Yeah. I have Mars transiting my own Saturn is typically a time of when I'm just really busy. A lot of stuff going on. So.
And you have the power to do that.
Yeah.
Same day at 8:39 p.m., the sun moves into Taurus. This is fixed Earth. This is way slower than Aries. It's very slow. So it's more pleasant to me. I like the, I don't have any planets in Aries. I have one really important planet in Taurus. So I really like the earth, the bound, the barefoot, the ground. I really like this slowing down.
Mm-hmm. I like that Taurus feels like spring to me. And so it is time for April showers to bring May flowers when the sun moves into Taurus.
Mm-hmm. And we're in April. Yep. Monday the 20th is my conflict day. Because actually we're having two aspects here, and they both have to do with Mercury. Remember, we just talked about Mercury moving into Aries. And so what we just said earlier is Saturn and Mars are in Aries. So Mercury is going to come up and conjunct Saturn. This is about 6:22 in the morning. Concentrated thinking. You need focused. Your focus is steady, yet hurried. You have a meaningful conversation. Now, it doesn't have to happen at 6:22 a.m., but it's wanting to have this expressed throughout this day. So be aware, it's my conflict day.
And I get that, but I think I think Mercury conjunct Saturn lets you focus on details well, because Saturn requires discipline. And so when Mercury is conjunct Saturn says, hello, Mercury, give me your plan. Tell me all the details.
And then how I would read that then is like, Mercury's like, yeah, we got to do this, and then we got to do that, and we got to go over here, and they take a right, and there's, and Saturn's like, slow down. We don't have to do all that. There's no urgency here. Yeah. But Mercury's like, yeah, there is. We're in Aries. We got to hurry up and finish all this stuff. And then Mercury hits Mars, right? Moves past Saturn, then hits Mars by around 5 p.m. And this is quick thinking, acting on this morning's plan. So whatever that was, you have figured it out. So try it out. And again, I just think this is conflict, because it's just Mercury. There's like an abruptness here. There's a hurried and urgency that if you're driving, because Mercury is the driving planet or the speaking planet, watch what you're saying here. Don't act rash behind the wheel. Don't act rash or hurtful or screaming, yelling, because you're quick and somebody isn't.
Yeah. And this is a Monday, so maybe best not to schedule a lot of important meetings this day, unless you like to have arguments. But that brings me to Mercury conjunct Mars, which to me is like the primo transit for doing debate. You want to fight about it? Okay, let's go.
And really, this would be where they're over talking one another and nobody is even opening their ears to listen. Yeah. But and blah, 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 and then and they were exhausted.
Yeah.
And still nobody heard what you had to say.
Right.
Thursday, the 23rd of April, we have Venus. Remember, she's sweet, and she is making that conjunction to Uranus. This is the last time they're going to meet. This is at 29 degrees of Taurus. So Venus is meeting up with, and it just, to me, this is a culmination. It's a turning point around love, finances, social freedom, self-worth, and security.
And this is my favorite day.
Yeah, that's I see that.
It's conjunct Uranus and Taurus. Venus is money, Uranus is astrology. And so my goal then is for everyone to learn financial astrology, begin on this day.
And add to your wait list.
Yeah. No, don't add to my wait list. Wait until I get a course together where I can teach this.
Yes. So right around that time, right, when Uranus and Venus both move into Gemini, you'll have that class in course.
I'll have it done, yeah. By 11 o'clock that night. Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to pause here just saying, because I know we act here and we're friends and we're both astrologers, and it's just amazing how Susan's financial astrology is. She has a long wait list right now that has has nudged her into creating a program, because she can't talk to one-on-one many people.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have 50 years of the wait list that's happening for you. So anyway, let's continue on. We're still on the 23rd. Venus now moves into Gemini. So she beats Uranus in because she's a faster moving planet. And this is just talking about love. This is sharing. This is appreciative. This is like, be aware of maybe talking too much about what you love or who you love. You don't want to put your foot in your mouth. You might want to wait it out a little bit, but you have this, it could be this, enamorous discussions.
And from a financial point of view, I think Venus moving into Gemini on this day could be that there's a lot of news going on that affects the markets. And that starts in the overnight trading hours on Thursday night. So it would be effective for the trade date on Friday, April 24. So there could be news that happens Thursday night into Friday.
Okay, we'll watch. Saturday the 25th. This is my Astro Interesting, my AI day, not because of this first one, but because of the second one, the second transit. So let's go to the first. Yeah. This is Sun in Taurus is making a square to Pluto. Now these are squares, and this could be a competition, right? The Sun is our identity. It's our life force. Making a square to Pluto, maybe we have to prove something to someone, or someone's trying to turn, got our arm behind our back, trying to talk us into something. So I called it competition. It's unconscious behavior can equal underlying motivation, right? Like, that's a yikes.
Yeah. Yeah. And I say take the energy and toss everything, purge what you don't need. And, I write this more for me than for you.
I've purged a lot, still have to do more. But the AI part of this day for me is that Uranus is finally moving into Gemini for the final time. And he will stay permanently here for the next 7 years. And this is at like 8 o'clock p.m. and it's for a good 7. This is until May of 2033, which seems like what? Those numbers are a thing. 2033, it doesn't even seem like that could be an actual thing. Grasp new techniques, promote new ideas. I'm wondering, and I scratch my chin, is there going to be free education in 2033?
That would be cool. There could be. We don't know. It could go fast. Because as I write in the cheat sheet, Uranus moving into Gemini is like the official start gate for disruption in commerce, communications, and let's throw in education, even though I didn't write that on the cheat sheet. Uranus disrupts. That's its job. It's here. Uranus is here to make us think differently, to say, oh, well, maybe I could change. Yes, maybe that could be better. I probably won't like it, but okay, I'll try because you're making me.
And because I've got your arm behind your back.
Yeah. And well, I guess that wasn't too bad then, was it? See, I told you. So, but without Uranus's impetus to make us try something new, we'd just be a Capricorn.
And Uranus is he's called the awakener. But how does he do that? Wake up.
Yeah.
Right? He throws water on you or with this loud alarm clock,
right.
and shocks you into a chaotic, like, oh my God, thank you for waking me up because I would have missed the bus or something. I missed my graduation or whatever. We have those feelings. Mm-hmm. And it really is about, breakdowns, breakups for breakthroughs.
Right.
It is disruptive. It's chaotic and unexpected, but will prove us wrong in the end.
Yeah. But do pay attention because Uranus changing signs is a pretty significant shift in energy from an electric point of view. And, it could, if you're sensitive to that, it could be really shocking, which is a Uranus word.
So. And really for any Geminis, for any suns in Gemini, any planets in Gemini, for Gemini risings, there is a lot. I know Alex is a Gemini rising. Because did I tell you, Susan, I thought she was born at a certain time and moving, I found her birth certificate.
Oh my God.
I know. I couldn't even bring it to my focus. She's not a Taurus rising. She's a Gemini rising with Mercury in Aquarius in the 10th house. That's why she can do all this technology. What are we talking about? Yes, you. Sunday, the 26th. We're coming to the close of the month. This is Venus making a sextile to Neptune. This is a wonder. It's just kind of like escaping into a Once Upon a Time book. Just go off over there.
Yes. A Sunday. It's a lovely day. Go see beauty everywhere in everything.
Even in the beast.
Yeah.
Because it's Beauty and the Beast, not Beauty in the Beast. But we could call it that.
Yeah.
Same day, Mercury is in Aries, remember, and is making a square to Jupiter, still in Cancer. So, talking too much, try listening to gain more information. It's like ask Alexa, a million questions.
She'll probably answer you right now. So, optimistic long-term goals, very Jupiterian. about thoughts and ideas. Optimistic.
Yeah,
See the future.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. Tuesday, the 28th, it's our last aspect for the month. And this is, Venus is making a trine now to Pluto. Venus trine Pluto, purposeful get-togethers, deep discussions of friendly souls. It's great for understanding new perspectives.
And we could flow right into my comment about that. Because this is the first day of a 2-day Fed meeting. And so really powerful financial forces are at work because Venus is trining Pluto, but exactly building on what you said, a purposeful get together and great for understanding new perspectives. So let's hope for that at this Fed meeting, where they'll discuss what's going on with inflation, the labor market, and come up the next day with an announcement about what they're going to do with interest rates.
Da, 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 da. Well, thanks, financial astrologer Susan Gidel. No, that's your expertise.
Focus on it. Yeah.
Yeah, your expertise here with Chatting with the Stars. So especially anybody looking for, information on finances, or when to hold them, when to close them, things like that. You could get some information from our Chatting with the Stars. But don't forget the April cheat sheet. There's a little code, the Q. It's a $5 where we always suggest that you have that with you in printable, so that you can put that on your calendar or near you, and you can write down all these little extra things that we say and follow it. And especially if you know your own chart, you can see what is being affected in your personal life.
But I think it's always fun to see what happens in the world based on these. It's kind of amazing once you start, when you get tuned into it, like we are, where I've got these transits written down in my calendar, the mundane ones that we discuss, and then the news of the day. And I often put little arrows next to the transit, and I'm like, gee, look at that.
Lucky. Yeah. And so we're here, and thank you. This is our first time being here on YouTube. We find it to be more available for more people. I just think we have also known, and this is why the switch is, there's more and more and more and more people interested in astrology.
Absolutely.
And we want to get to be able to approach more people. So this is the way. So if you're interested in booking a reading with us, we do you'll just take a picture of that little thing right there and take a look, and Susan and I we can be together. And that's look, you're not wearing the same sweater.
No, same color, but different sweater.
Color. We need a new picture. This is when we might have been in our late 50s here.
Is this our Saturn return picture?
Yeah, it's our Saturn return. We're in late 50s, and now we're in our early 70s. Go figure.
Barely.
We're in our brand new 7-0s.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you for being here, everyone. We look forward to seeing more of you and you more of us, and we'll be back here for our May, and I'll have a different background.
You will.
And so we'll look forward to seeing you in May for 2026.
Okay. Remember, all the planets are moving forward all of April, so go for it.
Go for it. No peeling back.